everyone. Thank you so much for joining me as well. Today is one of the 6 sessions of the mark making workshop, which is really exciting. I'm just going to give it a few more minutes just to see kind of who we've got and everything. But these workshops run every Wednesday from 11 o'clock on Zoom. The Eventbrite link I always post on social media. Again, so nice and easy to access and to purchase tickets from there. We're going to be experimenting with a few kind of collected objects, found objects, anything that you can find around the house, and then some paints and different materials as well. So that should be really good. Now, again, behind me, what you can see is some pieces that people have sent in. So more of like a mail art project, so you can create things at home and interact within this workshop, because it's meant to be very informal, very social, discuss new art making techniques and everything. And then you can send me the works if you want, and then they can feature on this gallery wall or DIY gallery wall that I've got going on here at home. So again, if you'd like to join, just give me a message or just sign up to the Eventbrite link, and then you can access the information from there. Now today I've got things like household brushes, hair brushes, combs, nail brushes, pastry cutters. I've got a tin can here as well, which is quite cool to use. I've got some bubble wrap. I actually went on a daily walk last week, and I collected some kind of natural objects, you know, twigs, branches, bark, so different things that you can imprint and make a mark and create different textures on the surface with. I've also got some tennis balls and then some sensory balls, just spongy kind of rubbery ones, and I thought again, really different textures to use. I've got a whisk, I've got nail brushes, some plastic cutlery, some more kind of brushes. I've got one of these kind of ones with a handle. I've got some sponges, and I've got some plastic cups as well, and some golf balls as well, which will come in quite handy. Now I've got some extra kind of materials and everything because of a project that I did last summer, which was a project that I did outside using all kind of sporty kind of spherical objects to create different marks on the surface. And I was outside using like basketballs, sensory balls, tennis balls, and different paints, and working on fabrics and large sheets of white card, which is really good. I'm hoping to do a lot more of that as well, hopefully this summer, or now that we're getting the warmer weather, which should be great. But these workshops are kind of a good chance to, you know, join, learn new kind of abstract art making techniques that you wouldn't normally do, and just experiment more with objects and materials and different ideas, and hopefully it gives you more ideas for your own art and your own kind of things that you do. And also it's a good way to kind of loosen up and be free with kind of art making as well, which is again a really fun process. We're just going to give it a few more minutes, and then I think we're going to get started. But again, if you know anyone that would like to join the workshop, then just send them the link, you know, forward the information on. The more the merrier. Anyone's welcome as well. So even if you don't do art yourself, you know, message me, maybe join for, I don't know, a trial workshop or something. That could be, again, really fun. But all the works behind me are actually sent in by other people, so none of these works behind me are actually my own. Mine are always kept in like a folder and everything, because I think it's quite nice to display works that have been done in the workshop by different people, and then have them on the wall behind me, so then they can see their own work in future sessions that we do. Now these workshops are only for a uni project that I'm doing, so they will end on the 30th of June, so we've got about 13 or 14 more sessions until then. So again, every week from Wednesday, 11 till 1. So again, that's really good. Hi Fiona.
Hi Holly.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. Sorry, I'm a bit late. I was
No
out this morning and got caught with neighbours and
No
I'm
worries,
here.
that's fine. I know Liz can't join us today, but Claire might be in, possibly. But I think we should, get started whenever you're ready.
Okay. Good.
What kinds of things have you got today then with you?
So I have got today some netting, which I'm hoping to make some nice patterns with.
Okay, yeah, that's great.
And I've got, let's see, I've got a pair of glasses that I'm hoping to make some marks with as well. They're broken, so.
Oh, that could make some cool things. Yeah, for sure.
And I've got this top which has got like 2 lots of holes and it's got ridges around the side as well.
Ooh.
And
good textures there for sure.
Another sort of circular thing, which I'm hoping to make some kind of nice
wee
patterns.
I like how the different sizes as well. That could be.
I can't hear you. Sorry.
I was saying I like how the different sizes. That could be quite interesting for sure.
Yeah, and I also have this piece of plastic.
Oh, okay.
And another circular thing as well. So lots of circular things today.
Is that from packaging or something? Fiona?
I can't hear you, sorry.
I was saying, is it from packaging or something?
Some from?
Packaging.
The packaging there was from mushrooms, and I've just cut it a bit.
Oh, okay.
And this was from the top of tomato puree.
Ooh, okay, that's interesting.
So there's a little nub in there, like the little nub that you get for opening things up. And I'm hoping that I'll be able to kind of make something with that, but I'm not sure whether it'll make the point or not.
Oh, brilliant. Thank you so much.
What have you got today?
Well, last Wednesday, so it kind of gave me different ideas from our conversation in the workshop. I went on a daily walk and I've collected things like bark and twigs and different things that I can make different textures with. And I've also got...
That's quite different for you.
Yeah, I've also got my 10-metre roll of newsprint as well that I managed to get from uni. And I've got some sensory balls as well.
Okay.
Again, they were left in my box at uni, so I couldn't access them. But I managed to collect all of my things last Thursday. So I've got some sensory balls, and I've also got like a tin can that I thought, again, playing on the idea of recycling, and it's got like ridges down the side that can make some really interesting marks. You can probably see as well your works behind me on the wall.
Oh my gosh, so it is.
Thank you so much for sending them. Also, I loved your idea about the packaging, the decorated inside and the message and everything. It was really good, really interesting. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, the next one's on its way. It's packaged a little differently.
Oh, okay. Exciting.
I can't remember if I even put a message in with it, actually. I can't remember now.
Oh,
but it is packaged differently, so because it is nice to get things through the post, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. No, I think it's quite interesting to make things, in kind of virtual space and then send them, physically as like a mail out kind of project, and then obviously, displaying it next to other people's work that from different workshops, which is great for sure.
Good one, right. I need to go and change my top because I've got a jumper on.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
But it's actually quite warm today, so.
It is, definitely. Right, I'm just going to get sorted out.
I'm not taking this to the it's fine. How many have you got? Right, okay. Right, I don't think there's 50 there to go, but that's fine.
We said get 100 of the soft ones, so the funny ones, and 25 of the hard ones. So the funny hard ones are the least expensive cards.
Right, okay. You'll need to tell me what ones to do. So when I was clearing, Holly, I found this, which is like a big giant flip chart.
Oh, okay.
But it's not a big giant flip chart, it's just a flip chart. Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon, I didn't see you there, Claire. Hello. It's all about me, all about me. I'm sorry.
No, that's great.
All about me, if you like.
Are you okay, Claire?
How are you? Nice to see you.
I'm fine, thanks.
You good?
Yeah.
No, this is Claire's first time
Are you?
joining, isn't it, as well?
I'm good. I'm
That's
feeling
great.
better. You didn't see me 5 minutes ago. I had on a big jumper, and it's
Ah.
like warm up here in Scotland today. So I was kind of having blushes like that.
What objects have you got with you then, Claire, today?
I
What
just
things are
get
you working
stuff.
with?
Sorry, I'm not organised.
Oh, that's fine, don't worry.
I'm just in between and that's all.
Last week as well, I managed to find some kind of offcuts of different materials, so I'm using that as my surface today.
I hope I don't make any mess because I'm just in my cleaner.
Claire, the cleaner before the arch workshop. That's no use.
Yeah, she comes about
That's very brave,
like half
Claire.
10. Well, about she should come about 10:30, but I think she came about 10:15 today.
All right.
So,
Do you have her once? Does she come once a week?
Yeah.
I used to have
Yeah.
a cleaner come once a fortnight, and when I stopped working, I was like, I can't really justify it anymore. The house is a tip, Claire. Honestly, it's all gone to pot without her.
Mine is tip as well, so if you can see over there. It's like
Now that's just gentle clutter.
gentle. Oh dear.
I've got boxes everywhere and stuff like that.
At the moment,
There's boxes of things that need sorted out at some point.
Well, yeah, I try to. The thing is with me, right? Because I work from home, I think I told you last week that the week before that I'm an Amsterdam ambassador. So to work on the computer a lot, and the other thing is they've only got this one table. So like
That's quite tight then, isn't it?
one table is for like eating off and doing stuff on my laptop and working and stuff like that. So when I'm eating, I've got to move on my laptop and stuff to eat and then move it back. But if I had like a separate room where I could like make it an office, then I could like leave my laptop on it and stuff like that, and just have my room as an office with on me and some stuff out. But I've got to put everything back in the cupboard and whatnot,
yeah,
so
definitely.
because I only live in well, I've only got one living room, one bedroom, one kitchen and one bathroom, you see, so it's difficult really. I've found some
But do you know what? It doesn't matter how much space you've got. You still want more.
Yeah, I found some iridescent card.
Oh, brilliant. Are you going to use that
nice
one as your surface today?
I've got some gold and silver cards as well.
Oh, that's good. Do you have any
Love
paints
that.
then, Claire, or any
The
pens or
white
anything?
card.
Oh yeah, the white card can be quite cool. What you could do is maybe make some sort of collage.
Oh, I'm so
for
excited
the
for this big bit of paper.
background.
Oh, more white card.
Some more white card.
God's got all the creative stuff here. But shit.
Oh, brilliant. Do you have any pens or anything, Claire, or any paints or anything that you're going to use?
What?
Any pens or any paints that you're going to use?
Yeah, I've got paint. I've got
Okay.
these paints.
Oh, okay, very good, yeah.
I've got some gel glues.
Ooh,
Oh, nice.
And I've got some chalk.
Very good.
Where did you get the chalk from, Claire? I swear, there's not a bit of chalk to be had in Edinburgh at the moment.
Well, I did have a big box of thick chalk, but I think I gave it to my two nephews.
Mm-hmm.
So the other week I got this chalk from W.H. Smith because
Okay.
that's the only place that's open at the moment.
Oh, I should have thought I might put an order in at WH Smith yesterday. I should have thought to have a look there. I might have delivered it to me.
PVA glue.
How did your
Even got
audition go, Claire?
Gold
Oh,
glue
yeah.
paint.
Oh, that's interesting. Some metallic paint.
Yeah.
That's good.
And another glue, but it's like it's white PVA glue with the other one's clear glue.
Yeah, for sure.
So
I've managed to find some golf balls as well that I'm going to use. I might use a tennis ball as well at the moment, I think.
sorry.
Do you need me to go on mute? This is quite noisy.
Ooh. No, it's okay, Fiona. No, don't worry. It should be okay.
Okay. Maybe you
Put these over here.
Yeah.
I haven't got anything to mark with though, because it's just that not really have anything that I want to
Yeah.
use, because everything that I've got that I can think of to mark with is like what I use anyway, and I don't want to get up painty and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
the only thing that I can think of that I've got is a few toothbrushes that.
Yeah, maybe you could use a toothbrush or something like I've got
Just
here.
like the old toothbrushes.
Yeah.
We've got some glaciers.
Have you got any paintbrushes, Claire?
I can't hear you that
Have you
well.
got any paintbrushes, Claire?
No, we can't hear you, Holly.
Have I got any paintbrushes?
Yes, yeah,
today?
paintbrushes.
Yeah, I have. Actually, I have, because I've started doing TikTok.
Okay.
So I bought myself from Amazon and bought myself a face paint, a big face painting kit. It's got like loads of face paints in. So I bought some paintbrushes, but
Yeah.
there's a paintbrush in there, but I'll get them in there. I'll just put them on the bag.
What you could do maybe is think about different patterns and different things that you can make. So maybe different patterns and create some sort of abstract kind of piece. Maybe, Claire.
You're not very clear today.
I'm not. Ooh.
Can hardly hear. I mean, I've got a deaf ear anyway, but I can hardly hear what you're saying.
Okay.
They even got googly
It was the same
eyes.
problem last week, Holly, wasn't it?
Yes, yeah.
Are you having the same issues when you're on other Zooms?
No, funnily enough, no, but I think it's possibly because I'm not starting those other meetings.
Right.
That's
Something
fair.
to
Can
get
hear
started.
you. Can hear you now.
That could be it. Are you okay, Claire? Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Can you hear me? No, I was saying before, what you could do maybe is think about different patterns and different colours.
Yeah.
And maybe make some sort of abstract piece. You know, different lines, you know, different shapes and everything. That could be quite interesting.
I'll get my paintbrushes just now.
Yeah. At the moment, I'm just experimenting with this golf ball, and it's creating some really interesting marks as well on my surface that I'm using.
I'll just go and get my paintbrushes.
Yeah, that's okay.
And then I'll be back.
I really like the space that the lens of the glasses have made. It's good. It's a good shape.
Are you going to do some mark making with the frame as well?
Well, I've kind of used just one of the frames so far. Whoops, if you can see that.
Oh, okay, that's brilliant. I like the kind of different lengths of the marks that you've created as well.
Yeah.
Is that just
the green background came from scraping this?
Yeah.
Like I put a line of acrylic across the page, and then I've just moved it about the page with that.
Oh, that sounds good. After last week's conversation, it's got me thinking about different surfaces and different backgrounds that I can use.
I've got some colourful balls.
Oh, yeah, that's interesting. That's interesting, Claire.
And I just remembered I've got some plastic books.
Oh, okay.
Have you got any cotton buds?
Oh, God, yeah, I've got some buds too. No, I haven't got some.
Oh, bubble wrap.
I've got some bubble wrap. There we go. What I've started doing as well at home is collecting packaging and envelopes and things that, you know, post comes in. And I was thinking of maybe making some sort of large scale collage using, you know, post as kind of the background for it. So that is also something that I've started since our you know, conversation last week in the workshop.
Oh, nice one.
It's given me
I
some
can
good
honestly,
ideas.
I can hardly pass a bit of cardboard at the moment.
Now I love seeing your packaging design as well that you sent the mark making things, and it was really interesting.
Thank you. It's just like I don't know how to get these to you, and the ones that I've sent today didn't need the same kind of structure, so it's a bit different. But yeah, that packaging was there. I'd saved it from the saved it from the bucket.
Saved it from the bucket. Oh.
I like the kind of body of work that is being developed over the weeks.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
And not just like in lots of ways, Holly, your workshops have been an absolute kind of catalyst and pivot for a whole lot of other work that goes on like through the week, you know, and other workshops that I go to. I kind of feel like they begin here, in terms of
thank you.
of creativity and freedom of expression and messing about with colours and shapes and
No, I think this activity
tapping into my inner goddess.
Yeah. No, I think this activity just really gets you thinking about different ways to create, you know, shapes and different things, and I guess more about the activity and, you know, exploring the materials and exploring these different objects as well, which is probably something that you wouldn't usually, you know, do, or you wouldn't usually make art with them. So again, thinking about, you know, different surfaces, you know, recycled packaging, different objects, I think it's really, really creative and really fun to do, I think, as well. It's a very much a practical process, and an experience for, you know, everyone else involved, which is really what I was aiming to do by these workshops. So that's really great that it's helping you with your own, you know, work and your own workshops that you do. That's brilliant.
It is amazing. And how did you get on with your walks this week then?
Oh, it was really good. Actually, at the weekend, I've been doing like a lot more like outdoors kind of things. You know, I've been getting into cycling again. Because obviously, you know, during winter we had some really bad snow, so the bike went in the shed for around 5 months. But I've been getting into like outdoors, like cycling and walking, and I'll show you the box that I managed to fill last week. There we are. I've got things.
Oh my word!
Like
you've been a complete collector.
Some thin twigs, some stones, some dried leaves, some slightly larger branches as well. So again, a really interesting mix of like natural materials as well that again you can use and you can create different textures and everything with.
And they bring with them a different story as well. We were talking about the stories that the whisk has, or the sieve already has its own history. These things have a completely different story to bring to the project, don't they?
Now, I think the history of the materials that you use is really kind of interesting, and the idea of creating in different environments. And I was thinking for myself, possibly going physically to that space, maybe going on a walk, taking some materials with me and creating in that environment with objects that I can find. And again, setting myself a series of like limitations for the activity as well, which could be a really nice process and experience for myself as well.
What a great idea. What was the name of the lady that was with us last week? Was that Liz?
Liz, yes. Yeah, she's one of my tutors at uni, actually.
Is she?
Yes, yeah. But she runs her own art workshops. I think she mentioned last week about the art doctors.
The art doctors,
her workshops and everything, yeah. So, no, she's really great. No, she creates a lot of abstract works.
So you've badly got the space here.
Are you okay, Claire?
Awful, yeah. I've just been to get some water from the paint.
Okay, brilliant.
I found this as well.
Oh!
A good one.
Some sort of bottle or something. That's great.
Shake it if I can get the wood off.
Hey, what you
lots of circles and edges there.
What you could maybe use as well is
I just
some sort of washing up liquid in a bottle.
There's that bit in there with little dots that you can see.
Oh, that's interesting.
I don't know what I can do.
Yeah.
And then there's that as well.
That can make some nice rings as well, can't it? On the surface, yeah. That's brilliant.
Shaker. Right. I just haven't got in the room, so put my over walking frame in. But they're fun.
No, I quite like making large scale works and then using smaller
I've got a mask
surfaces
as
like
well.
this to do some printing. Oh
I
yeah,
just thought
yeah, you could use that.
that
Carl.
might bring some good like marks on the piece of paper.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you just throw these away, don't you? So,
Yeah, maybe a disposable mask or something. You could make some interesting kind of marks with that for sure.
might use white cards. I've got all this creative stuff for like doing stuff on some like creating bits of I don't know stuff, for games and stuff. But and then I was actually I did start making my own birthday cards and stuff, but it got too difficult to do because I was slow at doing stuff. So
how did the audition go, Claire, last week? How did the audition go last week?
My audition.
Yeah.
Oh, did you?
Do you mean my audition?
Yes. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I did it. It was good. My niece helped me with it. On Thursday, Wednesday morning, my niece helped me with it because I got the audition on Tuesday, and I got an email saying that there was a job that I could go for, and would I like to audition for it? So I said yeah. So so all day Tuesday I was preparing for that, and then on Wednesday morning my niece rang me and she did the other part for me, and yeah.
What was the audition for?
And then my audition was it was for a TV pilot called just realised that I'm in a plate to put my paint in. Yeah, with this TV pilot was active. And my character was she was called Pearl, what name? And she was called Pearl, and she was a casting director.
Okay.
But I think I did it wrong because I don't think I read all the requirements properly.
Oh no.
But I didn't get the part anyway.
Oh no.
So
it's good experience.
Well, I'm putting it down to experience.
Yeah,
you've got to be in it.
That's how that you can.
Yeah, definitely.
That's all you can do. You can just put it down to experience. I'm going to use a shot glass to cover me and painting too.
Okay.
I don't have anything. I don't use shot glasses anyway. I don't know where I got them.
The weather is really nice over here as well, so I'm thinking maybe this afternoon doing another walk and collecting some more objects or something. It is very nice over here.
Yeah. That's the thing. I just thought you could collect like leaves and stuff, couldn't you?
Yeah, well, what I've done is I've collected some branches and some bark from trees and everything. So I'm going to be using that to make some kind of different textures.
You could even collect. You could even. Sorry, I'm shaking my pen.
Yeah.
You could even get those like pine cones.
Oh, yeah, that would be quite nice. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, pine cones. Oh gosh, come on. On this page there.
Oh, yeah. What would be quite nice in the next few weeks is maybe to do these workshops, but maybe if I do some outside, that could be quite interesting. Given the warmer weather, obviously weather dependent, but that could be quite a fun activity to do.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try. I'm going to try to use this paintbrush. I mean, not paintbrush.
Oh, toothbrush, yeah.
Toothbrush.
Oh, that's really good, yeah, for sure.
I don't know how it's going to work, but you know, that's the thing with these sessions.
Now, these workshops have really helped me a lot, you know, in terms of ideas and different ways to maybe develop this activity as well, for sure.
So what sort of outdoor space do you have round about you that you could use for kind of public workshops?
I mean, I've got quite like a large kind of gravel garden as well that I could use, and I have used in the past. But then for some maybe experimental works that I do on my own, I was thinking maybe different walks and everything, because we are in the Yorkshire Dales, so there's quite a vast amount of different walks and different spaces that I could go to. But yeah, I was thinking maybe the garden for some you know, future workshops possibly, weather dependent obviously, but that could be quite a nice thing to try out. Maybe if it's just for 1 week or so.
You're not afraid of performance art then?
No,
in terms of people
I do
seeing you.
enjoy it. No, I do enjoy it a lot. For sure. I mean, I'm glad that I did try these mark making workshops though, because this isn't something that I would have probably thought about doing before lockdown and everything. So I am really glad that I've tried, you know, this workshop and different things. It's really great. I do like the idea of collaboration and working with, you know, different people, working with the audience and everything. It's really good. And also a nice learning tool as well, you know. It's quite fun as well, which is great.
Good one. I'm loving this netting stuff that I've got, like from round either lemons or oranges. It's making some really nice
marks.
Fluffy, fuzzy.
What could be quite interesting to use is maybe a shower cap or something. That could be maybe quite an interesting material to use.
You're breaking up again. Can't quite. I'm only catching every third word or so.
I was saying a shower cap could be something that we could use maybe. As soon as you mentioned netting, that gave me the idea. At first, I thought it was a shower cap, so maybe that is a material.
That's a really good idea. I've got a shower cap through there that I wouldn't mind losing to the process. I got a very beautiful shower cap for my Christmas from one of my friends, which means that the nasty old plastic one can just be used for that very thing. Oh, I'm excited.
That doesn't really work very well. I thought the toothbrush would work really well, but it doesn't really.
What have you been doing with it?
Not with that pen. I was just like pressing down, maybe trying to pat it, you know, to make different marks, but it's not really doing much. basically crap, really. Look at that.
Well, don't sit on the fence with it, all right?
The thing with me, I'm like, I've got to think perfect.
It's funny though, things that you think are going to be brilliant and just aren't.
Yeah.
And there was one piece that I was right. Oh, do you know what it was? It was the ball, and I'd seen Holly using the ball to great effect. And I don't know what I was doing differently to Holly, but I was like, oh no, I'm not enjoying it. I don't like that. It's too messy. My hands are messy. It's not making good shapes. No, I'm not using that again. Threw it out, Holly.
No, I think it's quite interesting as well, our attitude, and as soon as we start using different objects, our instant reaction to the marks that have been created, and maybe we expect them to do certain things and they just don't, which is quite surprising.
No.
Yeah.
And then it's like my toothbrush, I didn't expect it to do that. I thought it would be like better than that. I don't know how these paints are going to work, but fine. I've been here.
I think in a minute I'm going to start experimenting with the twigs and the bark that I've collected as well. I'm really excited to see what marks they'll create.
Ooh. Well, that's good. Oh, it's got like the lid acts as a like little mixer.
Oh, that could be interesting. Maybe using the top of the paints that you've got there. That
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
Pretty cool.
Get excited things. And I've got like a biggish paintbrush there. Will see me alright.
You want some?
I've got light behind me.
Yeah.
I think I've got to have my brush. The thing that I've got. Oh, what? Yeah, I've got some little sort of shapes here.
Oh.
So maybe I could use them.
Oh, they would be good. What are they? Are they fabric?
I think the foam are.
They're like, oh, what are they called?
Foam?
Foam, that's it, yeah.
Gotcha.
They look like foam anyway. Just ignore that, it's my phone. Yeah, they're like little foam flowers and hearts and stuff. Nice.
Right, I'm going to start using some of my collected objects that I got last week as well, so we'll see how they go. Right, let's have a look.
I'm still waiting for a phone call about me jab.
Oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't done it yet.
You've not had one yet?
No.
I had mine on Friday.
Okay.
Yeah. How was it?
It was all right. I was a bit about 24 hours after the jag. I had a little. I just was really suddenly very, very tired, and I had to go to bed. So I went to bed about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Didn't get up until about 9 o'clock the next day. So I slept about 14 hours or
14
something.
hours.
That was all. I had a bit of a headache. It was okay. I just took advantage of the situation and went to bed, Claire. I was quite happy with that.
Yeah, well, I think that's all you got to do. And if you get a headache, you take the paracetamol, don't you?
Yeah. That's exactly what I did. I just took a paracetamol, went to bed, woke up 14 hours later, and I was fine. So
yeah, I think that's the best thing to do, really, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Would you have hoped to have had yours by now?
Well, yeah. I mean, even though I hate the word vulnerable, because to me I'm not vulnerable. But yeah, I thought I would have had it by now anyway.
Yeah.
But anyway, I haven't, so.
Take a look at some of the marks that twig has made. I've just made them by kind of rolling it along the surface.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, it seems to have made some really nice kind of swap marks as well.
That's quite dotty, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, very. I mean,
I think I made paint too watery.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I quite like the idea, when you're using different objects in different orders. It's kind of like a journey of the artwork in a way, because you're, experimenting and choosing which order they go in, what colour, what position. So yeah, no, it's a mix of both improvised and slightly controlled as well. So again,
yes,
artist choices, which is interesting.
And it's always funny when you've got your tools in front of you and your paper in front of you, and you're like, do I start with the small marks or do I start with the big marks? What do I do? Look, there you are with your ball again. You make it look so easy.
What I'm doing is just using kind of one finger and just kind of pushing it, in what I think is like a box shape, around the surface. Or you could kind of bounce it, but it does get very, very messy.
Yeah, I don't think I've got the space for bouncing the balls here.
Wow, that's really good.
How are you getting on, Claire? How is your piece doing?
What was that, Holly?
Claire, how is your piece doing? I was saying.
What, mine?
Yes. Yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah. God, I better not do that. Putting paint on my table now. Put it over here. I've just dipped a little foam flower into my thing, and I've made like that now.
Oh, that's interesting.
That's good. Hold it up again, Claire.
Have a look. Ooh, okay.
That's almost watercolour effect.
Yeah, well, they are watercolours.
Oh, that'll be why then.
Yeah, I'll just I thought I'll just stick it on and take it off. But then I thought, no, I'll just run it a bit round. So I did, but it's not really turned out very good. But anyway, never mind.
Hey, this seems to work out a little bit better. I'm just kind of rolling it.
Well, yeah, we're just trying things out this time.
Yeah.
I'm going to try this out, I think. This thing. I don't use this, so.
You don't use it.
So it's kind of alright because I don't use it.
All the things that you're using then, Claire, are they things that you've kind of used before and then obviously you're just using them now for making art?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, I don't really use the cocktail shaker.
No. That's interesting. So really, all the things that we're using have got some sort of history or some sort of meaning behind them, which is really great. And then we're then transforming them and using them as some sort of way to create art and giving them a new purpose, which is really interesting. Especially if you use domestic objects, they've kind of got a story behind them, which is really interesting too.
And it's interesting because we're doing messy work with them. This has been my experience, and you're saying I don't use the cocktail shaker. I have gone into the kitchen and looked for things that I don't use or I wouldn't mind losing. You know, if it didn't clean back up again, then it wouldn't be the end of the world. Whereas actually the kitchen instruments that have the most value to me, the most history with me, there's no way they're coming in here to get covered in paint. You know, my wooden spoon, that's not getting in here because I love that wooden spoon, and you know, I couldn't possibly make my risotto without it, to be honest with you. Yeah. So it is the kind of almost the unloved instruments that made it from my kitchen into here. And given a new sense of purpose.
Yes, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, well, I don't know why I got a cocktail bakery really in the first place.
Did you ever make any cocktails with it?
Not really.
No.
Well, I went to a stage because I was in drama and we were making. Yeah, that's where I got it, because we were making mocktails.
Oh, okay. Are they cocktails then without any alcohol, Claire?
Yeah, without alcohol. So we were making these mocktails, and so I thought, well, I'm going to try it. I'm making mocktails. That's how I got one. But yeah, I haven't made mocktails. So. And then I thought to myself, I might make some actual cocktails with alcohol in it, but me and my friends were going to make it, but we never did.
You never did.
Just like one of them things really, innit?
I also think it's quite interesting as well, the different objects that we're using, they've got different material qualities as well. So maybe that is, again, something to think about in relation to domestic space and what we normally associate with them. Or them with, shall I say?
I've found that a lot of the things that I'm using for this are man-made, like a lot of plastics, for example, and a lot of cardboards and more plastics than I would really have, I guess, considered working with. I guess I associate art with organic things and earthy things and a lot of things that are alive, whereas this feels very much like I'm creating life out of, plastic sort of thing. Things that I consider to be inanimate have suddenly become quite animate.
And they've got some sort of meaning. Yeah, definitely.
I've just discovered I don't really like this paint palette that I've got, because it's not doing what I want it to do. I can't mix it because I get water on it and then it doesn't want to mix in the mixing palette thing. But weird. So I might have to, when the shop's open again, I might have to get some tubes of paint.
Oh yeah, that could be interesting.
Which is better, I think, for this sort of thing anyway.
Yeah. Do you mean like tubes of acrylic paint, Claire?
Yeah, like tubes of, like I've got my gold paint here.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a lot better than mixing it with water.
Yeah.
Because when you Because like if you do it with this palette that I've got, it's like you actually paint the picture. You know what I mean? Instead of like doing things like this. So I might try a mask. I don't know how, but
A mask.
yeah, me.
Oh, as in a face mask.
A blue
Very
mask, yeah.
2020.
Don't know how I'm going to tell it in. Or maybe I might just. Because I've used this one, you see, so. And I've got some more, so it's a real matter if I get paid on it, you know.